Good evening, it's May 28th, 2023. The Battlefield servers have been public for about 16 days now, and I thought I'd just do a quick update video just to let everyone know, if you haven't really been following what's going on, or maybe you're not on the Discord, or you are in the Discord but you just haven't had time to catch up with everyone or with everything that's happening. I just thought I'd make a quick video really with all the stuff that's happened in the last couple of weeks and where we see the project going, things like that. So like I said, the server went live a couple of weeks ago. The first night I think was a pretty big success by most accounts. I think there probably would have been a few people that had some issues, but overall, considering the game just was completely offline for 9 years, it was pretty incredible to see how smoothly the first night actually went of coming back online. I was expecting probably a few more issues than we had. Now, I did personally have some issues on the first night. You may have caught my stream. I had issues with the game, but it wasn't actually the game's fault as such, or the server's fault. It was just the hardware I was using to emulate the PlayStation 2 just wasn't good enough. I'd been using like a 10-year-old PC at that point, so when I did get into games, I did lag quite a bit, but it wasn't actually that the server was lagging, it was purely the game itself was lagging. It was just that my hardware just couldn't keep up with what was going on. So with that being said, part of the reason was for that was that we were all under the impression that we had to use software rendering. One of the things I'd like to update everyone with is that we no longer have to use software rendering. We can use hardware rendering. So if you have a decent graphics card, you should be able to play with that. And in fact, I did end up using hardware rendering on my 10-year-old PC, and it did actually run a lot better. But just to make doubly sure, like I wanted to be able to both play and record and stream and all sorts of other things, I basically ran out and bought a second-hand PC that was by far like more than double, I think anyway, more than double the spec that my old 10-year-old PC had. So I'm now running a much better computer, and you can see in this footage here, everything's running really smooth. I'll just pause this very quickly and just to recap a little bit on the very first night. Let me just throw up. This was what the servers looked like very shortly after going online. I think this was recorded maybe like 30 minutes after going online, maybe 20 minutes. I think the player count did get up to around 60 people online at once. This footage is like roughly 50. I do think there was like 60 players concurrently playing on the very first night. Sorry, let me just unpause that. Oh, skip the footage a little bit. So, you know, the very first night, it was pretty crazy to see how successful, in terms of how many people were playing. Again, we went from having no one playing this to the first night having 60 players. So that was really encouraging to see how many people actually just came back online. And since then, like subsequent nights, I mean, obviously it hasn't been as busy as it was the very first night, because we made a bit of a big deal about getting everyone on the first night. We set up a bit of an event using the Discord server. But any night I went on and played, there's usually at least 8 to 10 people, so you'll have a decent CTF match and things like that. But also more recently we've been getting like we've been getting actual like full servers again, things like that. Stuff was building up again. Now currently at the time of recording, the servers are down. That's just purely for security reasons. There was a bit of an attack on the server, but everything's in hand, everything's fine. Omega knows exactly what's happening. Without going into too much detail, because you know these things are a bit like a police investigation, you don't really want to give away too much. But we have the IP addresses of the people who have been attempting to, for lack of a better word, hack the server. And like I said, it's all underhand. The server is really just down at the minute for maintenance. It will be back up. It's just a small hiccup. And I mean, you can expect that with most servers. Like even I remember back in the day, like whenever this game was being played, EA would bring the servers down. I think it was every Wednesday morning or every Tuesday morning or something, and do a little bit of server maintenance. That's pretty normal. You want to like clean out the logs and things like that. There's reasons to bring servers down and put them back up, and so that's to be expected. I mean, it's been pretty much uninterrupted access, apart from a couple of little hiccups here and there. So, you know, like I said, I think overall it's been pretty successful. I think having the Discord group has been a huge help. I'm just going to pause this again and throw up the Discord. As you can see from this footage, I might actually zoom in, Discord. The player count is, on this one, it's like 590. This was actually recorded a little while ago, that screenshot I took. And what you'll also notice, the background has changed a little bit. The Discord is now up to over 600 members, and the really nice thing is that of those 600, I think it's 15, I mean myself included, are boosting the server. And what that means is now our Discord server, we have this little like animated thumbnail image. We also have much better audio quality, which is great for whenever you're playing the game and you want to chat to people while you're playing. We have better streaming quality. We can attach larger files, all these different things. So thanks to everyone who's boosting the server currently, it is improving the quality of the server, and it just means we can do more things. A couple of other shout outs I'd like to make while we're talking about the Discord server. We also have a couple of cool new features. A user on the Discord by the name of PY has set up a Battlefield website that actually lets you see which servers are online and also who's in each of the servers and what their score currently is. That's a really cool little website, and it means that anyone can just check on the status of what's being played. The stats at the minute just kind of give an overall score, and I think it's the deaths. So you kind of have to guess what the kills are, but I mean it's cool to see some stats in there. And this was set up like shortly after the servers went, like about maybe a week. So it's pretty impressive to see this sort of functionality already. I think PY had actually created this website way back in the day, and he essentially resurrected it using the new server. So really cool little feature to have. Also within the actual Discord itself, I'm just going to minimize this one. You can see here Red13 developed a bot for the server. So it does a few things actually. If you see on the left of the screen there, there's a little green dot. So that tells you whether or not the servers are currently online. So that's automatically generated. So pretty cool little feature. So you can just literally open the Discord, and at a glance you can just see, are the servers up or are they down. So you don't have to go and set your PS2 up or load up your emulator to actually go and find out if you can play. But also it'll bring some stats. It'll tell you if you put a command into the Discord itself, it'll tell you some stats about what levels are being played, who's playing. It essentially just pulls the stats from the stat.bf2mc.net website. I'll leave links to the website that PY set up in the description of this video, but it essentially takes those stats from the website and just brings them directly into Discord, which is a really handy feature, a cool little bot to have, and it's really nice work. Considering the game's only been up a couple of weeks, it's incredible that this stuff's already been implemented. What you'll also notice at the bottom of the screen, scrolling along the bottom there, it'll say discord.gg/bf2mc. So that's another server boost feature. We have a vanity link now essentially, so it's just an easier link to remember. If you ever need to share an invite to your friends, you can just share that one. It's really handy to remember. and an easy way of getting some of your friends to join the Discord. So a big thing that people ask about is the stats and clan matches. Are they coming back? Stats are huge for me. They're huge for everyone. I mean, it gives you a reason to play, like to grind up to that 5-star general that everyone always wanted back in the day. So I just realized I should be playing some background footage right now. I think the stats do really keep the game alive, and also clans keep the game alive as well. So it is a big priority. I mean, obviously the priority here is just making sure the game runs and it's safe to run, and no one's cheating and things like that. So that's I guess that ultimately is the priority, and that's what Omega's been focusing on. Another member that's joined, or actually he's probably been in the Discord for a while, but I Am Lupo is actually helping Omega right now with trying to bring those clans back together and stats back together and everything. So he's making some really great progress on there too. We're essentially going to have to set up a new version of OpenSpy, because the current version of OpenSpy was set up by someone called CHC, but he's been offline for quite a while now. We haven't been able to get in contact with him, so it was our hope that we could have got in contact with him and tried to work with him to get the stats working again and get the clans working again. But I Am Lupo's actually doing a very good job already, and just trying to get the OpenSpy talking to the game servers. So just to let everyone know, I guess, rest assured that that is happening, and great progress has been made already, but it's just going to take a little bit longer. Hopefully not too much longer, but yeah, these things, like I said, it's taken basically 9 years to get the game working again. So I guess don't expect the everything to be perfect like straight away. Like, these things are going to take probably a few weeks. Hopefully it won't drag on for months, but yeah, stats and clans are definitely a priority, and hopefully like achievable. There's nothing here that makes me think that this stuff won't happen in the short term. We do know that there's a lot of at the minute the servers are just EU, so a lot of Americans have been asking if we are going to do some North American servers, and the Brazilians have been asking if we're going to do some Latin American servers. Again, it's all still it's definitely our intention to do that. We hope that it doesn't actually fracture the community too much. Like, if there's if there's Brazilian servers, EU servers, and American servers, we hope that it doesn't mean that like everyone stops playing with each other and they just go into their own countries, and then you end up with like 4 people in each server and just like fractures everything. But we'll address that if that happens. But yeah, the plan certainly, I mean, I think just to put a finer point on it, it has been for a while. The plan is to possibly host the EU servers during like EU time, if you like, which would be like morning time for Americans, and then at night time it would switch over to Latin American and American servers, and then that way it kind of rotates, and it doesn't mean that it kind of means that there's always 4-ish servers running, instead of having like 12 servers running, but them only having a couple of people in each. So that's something we're looking into, and certainly we want everyone to not have to have a laggy experience. I don't think people are lagging too badly. There was some lag, but that could have been just like one of these server maintenance issues more than anything else. So a couple of final things I just wanted to talk about. I still in some ways can't believe this is happening. It's been a really surreal thing, and I mean, other members in the Discord have sort of said like it's going to take a while for this to sink in, that we can actually play this game. Like, it is surreal. It kind of feels like a dream in some ways. The best way I can describe it, I was trying to think about this whenever I was driving home from work one day. It feels like you've lost an old friend, and then like all of a sudden you're able to play with that friend again. Like that's the best way I can describe it. I never, in some ways, I never thought that I would get to play this again. And also just the way that like all of a sudden it's went from like not being able to play just to be able to play with so many people and be able to like be familiar with so many people, because a good percentage of the people who are playing this are actually from already from the Discord. You just have this instant community, and I think it's important that we have had this community over the years, because if we didn't have the Discord, this game would go online and it wouldn't have had half of the people playing it, because there would have been so many people who just wouldn't have actually known that it was here to play. So it's been great to have that community and to be able to finally play with people I've been speaking to for years. This is something we've all been waiting for so long, so it's been great to actually finally get what we wanted. And I just hope that it lasts for a very long time, and that's part of why we're being fairly cautious with it. I'm going to make a couple other videos probably after this one, just make them their own thing, because two things I get asked about a lot are we going to share the server files? Is it going to be open source? Can anyone host their own servers and things like that? And the second question is, will the Xbox or Xbox 360 versions work again? So, but I think their own topic, so I'm going to just make them a separate video. I'll probably record it just after this and upload it pretty soon. So this video is just to let everyone know that's kind of not in the loop. The game is active. We're all playing it. We're having a blast. It's been so much fun to play with everyone again, and if you're thinking about playing it, you should jump in, pretty much. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions at all, please comment and have a look in the description video for links to websites and the Discord. So, see you in the next update. Thanks for watching.